1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister says the SARS program, which is the largest poverty alleviation program of the country, will be introduced in Gilgit-Baltistan as well. The Foreign Minister has emphasized on promoting international diplomacy for reducing tension and resolution of conflicts. The Information Minister has called for enhancing cooperation between Pakistan and China in the fields of media and culture. In the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Tehreek-e-Hurriyat Jammu and Kashmir has expressed gratitude to the Organization of Islamic Cooperation for reaffirming its support to the Kashmir cause. The Afghan government and the Taliban have reached a deal on peace talks, which is the first of its kind in 19 years of civil war. The American President-elect Joe Biden says Phase 1 trade agreement with China will not be immediately cancelled, nor steps will be taken to remove tariffs on Chinese exports. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan says the SARS program, which is the largest poverty alleviation program of the country, will be introduced in Gilgit-Baltistan as well. Addressing the oath-taking ceremony of the new cabinet members of Gilgit-Baltistan in Gilgit today, he said the government will work on fast-track basis on provincial status of Gilgit-Baltistan to address the sense of deprivation of the people of the region. The Prime Minister said a committee to this effect will be constituted and it will work under certain timelines. He expressed confidence that the new government in Gilgit-Baltistan will set new standards of governance that will improve the living standard of the people. He said all the people of Gilgit-Baltistan will be provided health insurance with the issuance of Sehat Insaf cards, under which they can get free medical facility at any hospital up to 1 million rupees. He said the under-construction 250-bed hospital in Gilgit will be completed. The Prime Minister expressed commitment to turn Gilgit-Baltistan into a hub of tourism. He said easy loans will be provided to the people to help them construct rooms at their residences for the tourists. Prime Minister Imran Khan has approved the Civil Servants Efficiency and Discipline Rules 2020 to ensure transparent and effective internal accountability of civil servants. To speed up the process of ensuring efficiency and discipline among civil bureaucracy, the tier of authorized officer has been eliminated, leaving only two tiers, which include the authority and the inquiry officer and committee. The two-tier process will resolve the issue of decision of disciplinary proceedings at the lower level by awarding minor penalties by the authorized officer without seeking the approval of the authority. To facilitate just decisions of the cases, opportunity of personal hearing shall now be provided by the authority or hearing officer. For the first time, plea bargain and voluntary return have been included in the definition of misconduct, and such civil servants shall now be proceeded against. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has emphasized on promoting international diplomacy for reducing tension and resolution of conflicts. Participating in a discussion organized by a Turkish channel via video link today, he said Kashmir is the oldest issue of South Asia still pending on the United Nations Security Council's agenda. He said the situation has further deteriorated in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir since the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic. The Foreign Minister said the international community should know that any confrontation between two nuclear powers, Pakistan and India, will pose serious threat to global peace. The Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Senator Shibli Faraz, says Prime Minister Imran Khan is keen to expedite China-Pakistan Economic Corridor projects. Talking to the Chinese ambassador Non Rong in Islamabad today, he's also emphasized the need to highlight benefits of CPAC projects for the general public. The minister called for enhancing cooperation between Pakistan and China in the fields of media and culture. He further stressed for enhancing cooperation between the two countries in the field of films, which is one of the vital mediums to promote and project the core values and cultural heritage of any society. Shibli Faraz also proposed training of media personnel in the light of modern media concepts. Speaking on the occasion, the Chinese ambassador Non Rong said his country will extend all possible cooperation for enhancing media ties. The advisor to the Prime Minister on Interior and Accountability, Shahzad Akbar, has said negotiations are continuing with Britain for deportation of Mohammad Nawaz Sharif to the country. Addressing a news conference in Islamabad today, he said Pakistan has also written a letter to Britain for this purpose. He said Nawaz Sharif is a convicted person and he had gone to Britain for medical treatment after giving an undertaking. Shahzad Akbar said Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz leader and former Finance Minister Mohammad Ishaq Dar stood totally exposed in the recent BBC interview. He said the interview made it clear as to why Mohammad Ishaq Dar is an absconder and not appearing before the courts. The Islamabad High Court has declared Mohammad Nawaz Sharif as proclaimed offender in Avonfield and Al Azizia steel mills references. The court during the hearing today said notices will also be issued to the guarantors of Mohammad Nawaz Sharif. The hearing of the case has now been adjourned till the 9th of this month. This is Radio Pakistan. Prime Minister's Special Representative on Interfaith Harmony, Maulana Tahir Ashrafi, has reiterated that Pakistan will not recognize Israel till the just settlement of the Palestine issue. Addressing a news conference in Islamabad this afternoon, he said Pakistan has a clear stance on Kashmir and Palestine issues, that these should be resolved as per the aspirations of the people of both the regions. Maulana Tahir Ashrafi urged the opposition parties to postpone their public rallies for the sake of protecting people's lives from coronavirus. He also appealed the parents to come forward and must administer polio vaccine to their children. In the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Tehreek-e-Hurriyat Jammu and Kashmir has expressed gratitude to the Organization of Islamic Cooperation for reaffirming its support to the Kashmir cause. In a statement in Srinagar, Tehreek-e-Hurriyat thanked the OIC members in general and Pakistan in particular for raising the Kashmir issue. It also hailed the continuous efforts of Pakistan for highlighting the Indian brutalities in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. On the other hand, the All Parties Hurriyat Conference, in a statement in Srinagar, strongly condemned the reign of terror unleashed by the Indian troops in occupied territory. In India, tens of thousands of farmers are holding protest demonstrations in the outskirts of New Delhi city against the newly passed farm bills. The farmers camped out along with tractors, trailers, SUVs and food trucks, demanded the Prime Minister Narendra Modi to repeal the new laws. Meanwhile, the All India Agricultural Workers Union has vowed to launch a nationwide blockade this week to support the demands. The Afghan government and the Taliban have reached a breakthrough deal to press on with peace talks, their first written agreement in 19 years of war. A member of the Afghan government's negotiating team, Nadir Nadri, told journalists that the procedure, including its preamble of the negotiation, has been finalized, and from now on the negotiations will begin on the agenda. The Taliban spokesman has also confirmed the same on Twitter. The American President-elect Joe Biden says he will not immediately cancel Phase 1 trade agreement that President Donald Trump struck with China, nor take steps to remove tariffs on Chinese exports. He stated this in an interview with Times columnist Thomas Friedman today. On Iran, Joe Biden said his administration would lift sanctions if Tehran returned to strict compliance with the nuclear deal. Britain has become the first country in the world to approve the Pfizer-BioNTech coronavirus vaccine for widespread use. British regulator, the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, says this vaccine provides up to 95% protection against COVID-19 illness. It said immunizations could start within days for people in high-priority groups. And finally, the weather. Cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours, while partly cloudy and very cold weather conditions are expected in Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan. Fog is likely to prevail in few plain areas of the Punjab during morning hours. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.